it works. The people go to AFI, and you get in there, and they hire the people they went to school with. So at All Def, I realized I can hire black people because that's my network, and that's my goal, is to hire as many black people as humanly possible. It gives many opportunities as possible, and then let people go and be amazing. That's probably the best thing I learned from Russell Simmons was, don't try to hold on to people's talent. Don't like, oh, I gave you this opportunity, so I'm gonna hold you here. Like, he let Will Smith go.
Now hold it.
It was
We've taken the lead. Stay on task.
that period of time.
I like this one. One way. Two ways.
Also against Milwaukee Bucks. This is the third game of a four-game road trip. Perk's going to join us, Stephen A. So SGA scored in Portland last night on a Mikhail Bridges. There it is. Buzzer beater 3 in overtime. Stephen A., what did Bridges nailing this last shot say to you?
Well, I know the brothers can play. I really do. But I'm going to ask y'all to take that highlight off the screen. I know this is supposed to be a quick take, but I have to say something right now, and I'm glad they purpose here. Tom Thibodeau is in trouble. In a world of trouble. I don't give it that the New York Knicks are 6-1 in overtime games. I don't care that Mikal Bridges put so much, of course, because I'm a diehard Knicks fan, won the game last night. Molly, Big Perk, prior to the game, Mikal Bridges revealed he had a private meeting with Tom Thibodeau about the starters playing too many minutes and the bench playing too little, saying, quote, sometimes it's not fun on the body. Tom Thibodeau proceeds, played his brother 41 minutes, ball in his hand, he delivered the goods, and they won the game. But then Tom Thibodeau, who acknowledged that there was a one-on-one conversation, he said that it happened. That's the player that the Knicks sent 5 picks away for to bring to New York and the star for the team in the front of his former teammate at Villanova, okay, saying something opposite. Coach is saying, when everybody in their mother knows that Bridges is right, and here's where Bridges has the credibility. Molly, coach is everybody this. He's one of the irons in the lead spots. He's always playing. He doesn't miss games. He doesn't play minimal minutes. Hurt. And because we know I got a whole bunch. I'm not going to be a countdown, but I got a lot of stuff to do, okay? I'm on the NBA every moment of every day like you are.
Huh.
Big Bird. Win. Bird. Now, Richard.
Enemy destroyed your trophy system.
About anything, let alone minutes. That's not the same page. Not a good look for the New York Knicks.
I walk right
into
into it.
Playing the coach. Under these circumstances, and players being out. Can't say that for himself, y'all. He speaks with me. Tom Thibodeau said the shit happened, that's a bad sign. It's a bad sign. It's a bad sign.
Yeah, but that's like in Tom Thibodeau's defense, in his interview with Rich's comments, he basically pointed out that when you look at the top guy on their team that's playing the most minutes, I believe it was Jalen Brunson. I think it was. He was knocking at the top 20 in the league. And then he pointed out that his wing against Mikal Bridges and OG Anunoby took over the last like month and a half. So their minutes have went down to 36 minutes. And he also talked about the parent and why OG and Mikal Bridges play so many minutes, because they're quote unquote elite defenders. So they are playing against LeBron James or Jaylen Brown, and those guys are playing 40 minutes. 9 times out of 10, the coach is going to match those minutes. You have to. But here's the problem that I have with Mikal Bridges saying that. Give up
First round pick.
I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear. Now Kevin Durant is not staying away.
Why? If you are Iron Man, listen to me, bro. If you are Iron Man, close to a decade, ever complain, as one of the Iron of the league, play. And I hope Tom Thibodeau's watching. I know Tom Thibodeau is a great coach. I am proud.
Big Perk's going to be with us in a minute. We're going to get to all the NBA action from last night and some good games tonight as well. But guys,
Chase. Responsibility that comes with it, right? You know that, right?
I've been resting my voice all morning. I'm ready.
Let me interrupt you for a second. You know, I've been watching you, and your wardrobe has upgraded. You've been looking sharp as a tax over the last several weeks. But yet you gonna come in here today with just the blades and a regular shirt on when you sit in the seat.
No, I know that there is a.
wait. Don't even defend yourself.
I'm not defending myself. Shot.
Not about either. Neither does J-Mac, and neither do I. So today is not the day.
I'm gonna let this place in house fly.
Let me compliment you.
That's what I'm saying. I was just reminding you that you did.
Yeah, but you don't need to remind people of the compliment. Just accept it. Okay, leave it to other people. You should be hanging out with Aaron Rodgers. But first, that will ultimately land him in the Hall of Fame. Quarterback Aaron Rodgers is a free agent. It became official at the start of the league year when Rodgers was released by the Jets in a long-anticipated move. Rodgers is now committed to sign with any team, with the New York Giants, the New York Steelers, showing most interest in the 4-time MVP. As for the Steelers quarterback last year, Adam Schefter yesterday on social media said this. Sources: regional quarterback Russell Wilson is scheduled to fly tonight to Cleveland to visit with the Browns on Thursday before being scheduled to fly to New York on Thursday night to visit with the Giants. Okay, Nick, I'm going to start with you. Would it be a mistake for the Steelers to let Russell Wilson walk?
I absolutely think it's a mistake to let Russell Wilson walk. I think it's in part because he had success there and he was very cheap. I guess the price does matter. But he has one really impressive ability. It's to throw the deep ball. And they have 2 receivers that are really great at catching the deep ball. They have an offensive line that can't really hold up long enough for them to run the intermediate routes or run the ball at this point. And I think Russell Wilson fits their offense pretty well. And I know the other option out there sounds real good if it was 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And I know that we're going to convince ourselves that he played well at the end of the season and all that stuff, but I don't think he did. That guy, Aaron Rodgers, I understand that Russell, I'm not arguing that Russell makes him a Super Bowl contender, but I actually think that it doesn't make them much worse than they would have been last year. And I think for the price, compared to what I assume Aaron Rodgers is going to ask for, I like Russ in that situation.
I hear you. My issue with the Russ part of it is Russ season last year, and they decided to go from Justin Fields to him,
And then the season ends, and all we've heard is that Pittsburgh Steelers were interested in bringing Justin Fields back. That was their number one option. After watching Russell Wilson for the entire second half of the season, watching him go out in the playoffs, they decided that Justin Fields was going to be their first option. They've already gone through available now, and Aaron Rodgers, why not kick the tires on him? Why not let him come in and see what he can do in this offense? Russell Wilson can throw the deep ball. You know who else can throw the deep ball? Aaron Rodgers. He can get the ball down the field wherever you want it. So I look at it as that is DJ Metcalf. You have a guy like George Pickens. We're not bringing him back like Aaron Rodgers and see what he can do. He's not still the quarterback to elevate them to be a Super Bowl contender, but I think he's the guy that can help them put up more than 16 points at the end of the season. Because to your point, after that Achilles, he did look better towards the end of the season. And you have to hope, yes, he is above 40, but he could look a tad bit better next year and a better offense with better weapons on. I agree with you, Jay. And here's what I listen. If you take into account the playoff loss, not only was Russell Wilson a 500 quarterback, they finished the year with him as they finished the year, and listen, it's 6-6 was his record. 5 straight losses, including the playoffs. I'm looking at the Steelers collectively, a team that hasn't won a playoff game since 2016, a team that's been bounced out, one and done, and first in wild card game 5 of those times. We get that part about them too. Russell Wilson was supposed to be a difference maker. That didn't end up being the case. We see that. I originally was to keep Russell Wilson because you went out and got DK Metcalf, which is obviously a familiar target with him since they were teammates in Seattle. The problem with that is the money that Russell Wilson is commanding compared to that of an Aaron Rodgers. And so when you look at the fact that Russell Wilson is considerably cheaper, when you look at the multitude of pieces that the Pittsburgh Steelers need to take care of, whether it's Warren at the quarterback spot, whether it's a TJ Watt that you want to keep in tow, of course you want to keep that brother, along with a plethora of other places. You got George Pickens coming down the pike, and you're going to have to take care, you might have to take care of him if he shows out this year and shows that he's that partner in crime that you need him to be with DK Metcalf on the opposite side of the ball in the wideout. I'm just looking at it from the standpoint, a guy like Aaron Rodgers came on late. We're talking about the kind of year that he has. It hasn't been great. I understand that. Flip side is this. This was a bad year for Aaron Rodgers. A dude that threw just under 4,000 yards, 28 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. That's what we saw from Aaron Rodgers. And as the season waned, he looked a little bit better. And what did the Jets do in those games? They won 6 or 7 games in the fourth quarter. So what I'm saying is you were in the game in the fourth quarter. That's not entirely on him, but if you're in a position where you're good enough to be in a position to win 6 or 7 different.
After 11 seasons, the Dallas Cowboys' DeMarcus Lawrence has a new home. The 4-time Pro Bowl defensive end has agreed to a 3-year deal with the Seattle Seahawks that includes $18 million guaranteed, a max value of
What's up? What's up? Yeah, I was just came to think real quick, yo. What you about to do?
Hardpoint. Work quick and clean. No witnesses. Hardpoint locked down.
Hardpoint is secure.
We're winning. Keep it that way.
Bomb is now holding.
Sending frag.
Hardpoint identified.
Point identified.
Hardpoint is active.
Hardpoint active.
Hostiles have
Hostiles
the
have
hardpoint.
captured the hardpoint.
Hardpoint is secure.
Hardpoint locked down.
Hostiles have captured the
Hostiles have the
hardpoint.
hardpoint.
Hostile cell pulse in your AO.
Next incoming.
Hardpoint located.
Hardpoint located.
Hardpoint active.
Hardpoint is active.
Hardpoint locked down.
Hardpoint is secure.
Hostiles have the hardpoint. Hardpoint is secure.
Locked down.
Hostiles have captured the hardpoint.
The hardpoint.
Net call.
There's
Sleeper
a
agent
loader.
detected.
Find them.
Hardpoint identified.
Hardpoint identified.
Enemy scout pod detected. Hardpoint status.
Hostiles have captured the hardpoint.
That's right. Have it.
Hostiles reclaimed the
Given
lead.
up the lead. Move on.
Boober here.
Hardpoint locked down.
Hardpoint is secure.
Hostiles have the
Hostiles have
hardpoint.
the hardpoint.
Hardpoint located.
Hardpoint located.
Hardpoint active. Hardpoint is secure.
Hardpoint locked down.
Hostiles have captured the
Hostiles have
hardpoint.
captured the hardpoint.
Hardpoint locked down.
Hardpoint is secure.
Hardpoint identified.
Neutralize.
Hardpoint is active.
Hardpoint active.
Hostiles have the hardpoint.
Hostiles have the hardpoint.
Hardpoint Hardpoint is secure.
Hardpoint locked down.
Hostiles have captured the hardpoint.
Captured the hardpoint.
Hostile scout pulse in your AO. Hardpoint locked down.
Hardpoint is secure.
Hostiles have the hardpoint.
Hostiles have the hardpoint. Move across.
Hostiles have captured the hardpoint.
Captured the hardpoint.
There's a mole among us.
Next
Find
move.
them.
Sleeper agent detected.
Hardpoint is secure.
Locked down.
Hostiles have the hardpoint.
Hostiles have the hardpoint.
Hardpoint located.
Hardpoint located.
Teammates shooting them.
Hostiles have captured the
Hostiles have
hardpoint.
captured the hardpoint.
Hardpoint locked down.
Hardpoint is secure.
Net call. Enemy watchdog helo inbound.
Helo inbound.
Hardpoint identified.
Hardpoint identified. I'll get the top.
Arrow 2-2, established above, commencing hunt.
Taking the lead.
The lead is ours. Hardpoint is active. Hostiles have the hardpoint.
Hostiles have the hardpoint.
They've taken the
They've
lead.
taken the lead.
Resume straight. Arrow 2-2, sustaining damage.
Enemy scout pod detected. Hardpoint is secure.
Hardpoint locked down.
Arrow 2-2, double.
We're winning. Keep it that way.
Keep it that way.
Requesting COAV above.
Hardpoint located. Hardpoint active.
Hardpoint is active.
Hostiles have captured the
Hostiles have
hardpoint.
captured the hardpoint.
Hardpoint locked down.
Hardpoint is secure. Very much.
Incoming.
We have reports of an infiltrator. Watch your back.
Watch your back.
Hostiles have the
Hostiles
hardpoint.
have the hardpoint.
Enemy traveler. Bring mine.
Hardpoint identified.
Identified.
Hardpoint is active. Hardpoint is secure.
Locked down. We're ahead. Stay there.
They're right where we want them. Finish the job.
Half LAR. Fox. Missiles away.
Hostiles have captured the hardpoint.
Good shoot. 3 targets destroyed.
Hardpoint locked down.
Hardpoint is secure.
Watchdog helo incoming on your location. Hardpoint located.
Located.
Hostiles have the hardpoint.
Hostiles have the hardpoint.
Hardpoint active.
Hardpoint is active.
Hardpoint is secure.
Hardpoint locked down.
captured the hard point.
Always in line.
Hard point locked down.
Hard point is secure.
Hard point identified.
Hard point identified.
Hostiles have the hard point.
Hostiles have the hard point.
Hard point is secure.
It's locked down.
Hard point is active.
Hard point active.
Crimson actual to rogue spy. You know you're here. We're coming for you. You're falling behind, Crimson. Hard point located.
Hard point located.
Hard point locked down.
Hard point secure.
The lead is ours.
The lead is ours.
They were already dead. Team deathmatch. Remind the fugitives that actions have consequences. We've taken the lead. Stay on target.
Okay, Denchak. Spotted broadcast.
Hostile scout post in your AO.
Archangel going hot. Enemy spotted.
Face-off team deathmatch. Engagement windows open. Go, go, go! claimed the advantage. Now hold it. mover.
Hostile field upgrade.
Time's nearly up. Close it down. They never stood a chance. Proceed to extract.